What's up, YouTube? My name is Brendan. Friends call me Bodacious. Coming to you from the Boom Boom Room. Wanted to throw a video out there, kind of clue you guys in on what is going on when a bunch of awesome modelers get on YouTube and start sharing what they're doing and what kind of cool inspiration that can lead to. So, as it were, I was looking through a closet and came across this 1964 GTO monogram kit that I had been sitting on for longer than I can remember. I honestly don't even remember where I got the kit, but it turned out to be a pretty cool kit. So the itch got under my skin and I opened it up and broke the plastic and got that styrene whiff for the first time in probably over 20 years. It's been since I was probably about 13 since I built one of these guys. Anyway, my pops and I used to put together a bunch of cars, a bunch of warplanes, all kinds of fun stuff. He did all the detail work, but I got to have the fun of putting together some neat stuff. Anyway, recently had a daughter, and she's awesome, but she keeps me babysitting a whole lot. So when you're babysitting all the time, you got to find things to do with your hands, and decided to get back into modeling. So I'm going to introduce to you my 64 GTO as it stands right now in primer, and kind of show you some of the cool minor modifications I did to the kit, just for the sake of trying to take it up a notch, and then tell you guys a little bit of a story. First off, here's the body sitting in primer. The kit's a 2-in-1 kit, so it came with a Street Machines kind of cropped hood, ready for the supercharged dual quad 420. I think I'm going to name it a 421 Super Duty, which is sitting here also in primer, getting ready to go. Did a ton of research on these motors. The 389 and the 421 are virtually indistinguishable from the outside in, so we're going to go big block with this guy, even though Pontiac, you know, they don't have a block designation. Thought that any good street racing car should have a little bit of safety included, so I decided to go ahead and whip up a little roll cage. I don't know if you guys can see roll cage. Yeah, roll cage. It's going to sit nicely right there in the tub, nice and sweet, and mock that up real nice. And here comes my story. Never really took it past box stock before, and decided that YouTube would be a great place to find some information. So I got to searching, and now's the time I want to throw out some props for some of you guys who have been a huge inspiration to me. First and foremost, Dr. Cranky, your videos are amazing. I've spent more time in the last month watching your videos, catching up on the skills, and finding out some neat tips and tricks. Without you doing what you do, it'd be really tough for a lot of the rest of us to stay as motivated as we are. You're a huge inspiration. Secondly, CT Speed Shop. CT, you're amazing too. You got some killer stuff going on. Fast Jimmy 71. Luis Sanchez, you guys put out good videos. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It makes people who haven't touched one of these things in over 20 years feel confident coming back and diving in head first. And so head first we are. As you can see behind me, my makeshift airbrush rig setup. Gotta love it. And some pre-mixed paints that I've got ready to rock and roll, a la Dr. Cranky's recipe for blowing nail polish. These were really inexpensive, but are going to turn out to be some really killer colors. This is going to be my main body color, and this it's called Happy Ending Green. It's got some wicked gold flake floating around in the middle of it. It's a one-step color with a little bit of sheen on it, and that's honestly only about a coat and a half on this phone, and it's already that thick and that full. Can't do a Pontiac engine without your cool Pontiac blue, so we got that bad boy. 2 coats on the back, 1 on the inside. I wanted to see what kind of coverage I'd get. Found this flat black color for $1. What are you gonna do? Can't argue with flat black. And obviously you got to have some bling. So here we go. We've got our silver sparkle bling. That's going to go in some accent points and whatnot. I might even do some body parts with that, just for the sake of it's really shiny and might pass for a pretty decent chrome. Another really neat tip that I picked up from a couple of you fellas out there that are banging some killer engines is how to wire an engine. And right here I've got a couple of rigs set up. I've got an orange, I don't know if you can see it, I've got an orange set of spark plug wires that I kind of mocked up and got ready, and I've got a blue set, which at the moment I thought blue would be a cool looking color for spark plug wires, until I realized that it was almost the exact same color as my engine. So I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the orange, or maybe even a green. We'll see what happens. And lost in dreams, I was going to put on this spoiler for the back of my body. I was kind of leaning towards a you know, a Street Outlaws kind of look with the hot rod fin on the back. But the more I messed with it, actually this was up. See, it's even got the roll up on the edge. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. You can kind of see how it's got that taper to the fin and whatnot. It was going to be pretty cool, but honestly, the backside of this GTO is so complicated. I really couldn't find a nice place to mount it, so I'm kind of leaning against it. Maybe once I'm not on my first build in 20 years, I'll get a little more detailed. Spark plug wires. Here's my spark plug boots. Thank you, Dr. Cranky, for the excellent tutorial on how to make your engines look completely wicked. And another neat touch that came with the kit is these guys, the bigs and littles. We've got skinnies up front, big fatties, some big meats in the back, and this thing's gonna roll hard, that's for sure. I'm kind of on the fence. I might lower the front suspension just a shade, but the back sits so sweet. I've got just enough rim tuck that this car is going to look mean. And here's the kicker. Look on the internet. I'll be darned, but there are not a lot of GTO 64 or GTOs out there. The GTO really didn't blow up until a few years later, but this inaugural year, when they sure weren't sure what to call this thing. Was it a Tempest? Was it a GTO? What the heck are we doing with this vehicle? They didn't realize it, but they created a monster, and in the next 6 years, turn the muscle car world on its ear. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It's kind of a crash course on me. It's my first video posting back. I'm going to call it the Bodacious Rods and Customs, straight to y'all from the Boom Boom Room, Nashville, Tennessee. That's where I'm living. I've got a cool setup up here, and I'm fortunate and real blessed that I get to play with toys like this and make music for a living and keep on rocking. So anyway, keep it real out there, YouTube, and thanks again, Dr. Cranky, for all your inspiration. CT, you guys are amazing. Fast Jimmy, you guys are incredible. Keep it coming. Louis, keep on doing your thing, man. Killer cars, awesome customs every time you guys put out something, and I'm looking forward to getting into the community with you guys and making some neat models. So see y'all next time. Bodacious out.